Hey guys, how yous doing? It's 21 Maxwell back again with another TEW video. We are now at Battleground 2020. Must say first of all, thanks for your continued patience. I know my video schedule hasn't been as fluid as it's normally been. Just a lot of shit really happening, whether it be work, whether it's just really been me being scunnered recently. And of course, a football manager addiction has meant I haven't got as much TW played as usual. It was kind of like the opposite way about last year, where I was not really playing any FM and I was playing a shitload of TW, but I still enjoy the game. I was actually thinking the other day they were actually closing in on this game being out for 2 years, and of course I've had this save for 2 years, but I'm still enjoying it. I might bring in some more additional videos to give me a bit more time to get from month to month, because it is a bit of a struggle when there isn't a dual pay-per-view month. So I'll add in a few extras every so often, maybe just like special episodes where we've got Raw against SmackDown. There will be a plan to do a 750th video special, more of the case of it'll be the 750th show booked in the save, although there has been a lot of side shows there, whether it be in the ECW, and of course the time we had the women's show as well. So we'll do that regardless. I couldn't tell you when the 25th anniversary of Raw, whatever it would be, 30th anniversary, whatever it would be in this. So we'll stick with that. We'll just do it like 750 and then I'll do another video once we hit a 1000th show in game. But speaking of that, of course, as I record this, the 25th anniversary is tonight. This video should go live before then, so if you get any predictions of who you think may appear, or if in hindsight you've already watched this, did you enjoy certain people appearing? How did you find it? And yeah, with the Rumble coming up this Sunday as well, I don't think the next video will be out in time for the Rumble. It may be, but let me know your thoughts and what you think is going to happen at the Rumble as well. And just as always, any comments in TW, how you're finding the game, what save you're playing just now, what wrestlers you're booking strong, what kind of feud you got going, what mods you're using, how you keep FM fresh, basically, as we enter 2018. The Battleground, it was a bit tricky. It was a long month from Money in the Bank. I said I need to play the game fluidly enough to really get proper storylines as to the level I want them to. There is a few that have ticked on for Money in the Bank. Some of these will persist on to SummerSlam, which I'm looking forward to. I do have a few matches in my head at the moment in time that will take place, and I'm really hoping that we can knock SummerSlam out of the park that we did with WrestleMania. So without me blathering on, we've got 20 segments to show here, and of course a match on the pre-show as well. We'll kick on with the show, but just before we start, as always, any comments, subs, likes, etc., get that all the way first. Deeply appreciated. Of course, you can catch me on the social media at 21Max, whether it be Twitter. Of course, the YouTube channel is called that. And I'm on the Instagram. I'm on Instagram as well at 21Maxwell. So follow me on that. You can see my pop vinyl collection. That's about it. But let's click on with the show. Here is SummerSlam. Sorry, the road to SummerSlam. Battleground 2020. So we start off with 36,946 at Fenway Park, and it's a pre-show bout. They had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. And it was the BC members, the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, defeating TM61, Shane Thorne and Nick Miller in 9:46, when Matt Jackson defeated Nick Miller by pinfall with a moonsault. B79, good victory for the heels here, the Young Bucks. They needed some victories because they've kind of, propelled themselves to a good level, aligning with Fergal Devitt. Of course, they aren't getting as many matches because they're kind of lackeys in a sense. So a good win for them, keeping them strong, as I want to keep them away from the tag titles a bit longer. That may change at SummerSlam. Of course, the Young Bucks will have the higher reputation in this, or the higher popularity, so they will get better in-ring performance. Show starts with Randy Orton, Fergal Devitt, Aleister Black, Zack Sabre Jr. and Samoa Joe. It says they're trading words. It really is just your usual hype video before the start of a show. Your pyrotechnics that WWE have got rid of in real life. But Star 99, Fergal Devitt just saying, he's beaten everybody as the Universal Champion. Who else is next, effectively. So, good start to the show. I'm hyped for this matchup. I think it'll be absolutely fantastic. Brodus helped Devitt. The angle was good. They got the show off to a strong start. Got the crowd hotter. And Fergal was a real star here. So a proper 5-man main event. Can Fergal Devitt take the title to SummerSlam? First matchup, though, sees the World Tag Team titles in a line, and it's a decent matchup that saw Switchblade Jay White and CJ Robinson, the Exiles, defeat the Revival in 13:40 when Switchblade defeated Dash Wilder with a misheld kick, meaning that they win the World Tag Team titles. Dash Wilder carried the match in terms of in-ring performance. The B81, obviously, the Exiles were unlucky at the last pay-per-view, being screwed out by Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder's heel tactics. But feels a good chance to put them over, give them a little run with the titles here. Scott Dawson's getting a little stale, so I'll need to change that. But the match got the crowd hotter. A solid B81, and of course Robinson and Jay White will build up over time. A couple of skill improvements for Dawson and Switchblade as well. Just minor negatives. The inconsistency of Scott Dawson. After the match, just a quick celebration. The champions hold the titles aloft, so a good bit of a feel-good moment that the crowd properly gets behind them. So that's a B77. We then have a promo cutting up our WWE Shine Women's Tag Team Championship matchup. The Iconic Duo will be in this matchup competing against the champions, the Blonde Bombshells. It's going to be interesting to see how they do, because I haven't really persisted with many of the women's division apart from your main people that you saw in the series. So a nice little spotlight for Billie Kay and Peyton Royce as they hype the matchup with a C59. Matchup was decent wrestling, didn't have much heat though, and it saw the Blonde Bombshells defeat the Iconic Duo and the former tag champions as well in Melissa and Nicole Matthews in 12:17. The Iconic Duo unfortunately went out first, and then it was Melissa and Nicole Matthews. In fact, it actually may have been Nicole Matthews and the other person in that stable whose name has completely escaped me. Can't even remember who was in that stable. That's so bad, but as I say, been away from the series for so long. But Blonde Bombshells, as I say, do make their first defence of the Women's Shine Tag Team Championships. B-73. Melissa Nicole Matthews with no chemistry. I may even looked at Nicole Matthews. It's a tough one. It's just there's so many ladies that are doing absolutely nothing, and of course we've got some new ones coming through. And the main performance in the show actually went to Liv Morgan and Billie Kay. But no skill improvements, and overall, good match up there. Was that our storytelling match? It wasn't. And of course, Peyton Royce was distracted by Dana Brooke, the other member of the Blonde Bombshells, their leader, so to speak. Next up, we've got an alliance. Aiden English and his manager / wife Raquel Diaz teaming up with Rusev on this fine Rusev Day. They're just making basically an announcement just to say, a comedy segment that they're going to be watching each other's back. So it's a B-75. Raquel Diaz is getting better at her gimmick. Rusev came across well. Aiden English has been getting wins, slowly but surely as we build him up since Simon Gotch is no more. But it's a decent matchup. Aiden English defeated Red Dragons member Bobby Fish in 11 minutes and 12 when he used the director's cut after an interference from Raquel Diaz. Rusev carried the match in terms of in-ring performance, a B-77. What's interesting here is this matchup was really just to put Rusev on the card and to give Aiden a spotlight. I never actually put them together, so to find out that they've got excellent chemistry means I'm quite tempted to actually book them as a tag team. If that's going to be the case, it can only be better for both their careers, despite the fact that I do want to push Rusev at one point towards that WWE title or Universal title, wherever we decide to go. So I'm quite interested with that, and I might see that as a tag team going forward. What's quite cool is that's come up as excellent chemistry, considering this is a mod from TEW 2013. She's mod from way back then, so that's cool in hindsight that they've come up with excellent chemistry. But a good win. Gets some overness for Aiden English, a couple of improvements, and a great win on this fine Rusev Day in our holding back match, which of course is a storytelling match. Let me know in the comments section, should we persist with the Aiden English and Rusev tag team? Make Rusev a thing 2 years late, in 2020? Let me know. Next up, Dolph Ziggler cuts a promo hyping up his match with Jason Jordan. We all know the storyline by now. He'd taken Jason Jordan under his wing to try and get Jason Jordan elevated. They won the tag titles, then they lost the tag titles. Dolph Ziggler got pissed off and attacked Jason Jordan, and now just says this rookie can't hang with him, so a B minus 73, changing his gimmick because he's a bit pissed off that it doesn't really work for him, and the Against the World gimmick gets an average rating for Dolph. Match itself was okay, decent matchup. Jason Jordan, of course, defeats Dolph Ziggler. That's the point, put the rookie over in 14-24 by pinfall. B77, okay performances. I think what's probably lacking is I didn't make an actual storyline, so that's probably the reason why it's only a B77 and hasn't really elevated either guy, but both of them will probably move away from this going forward. It was an all-out match, so that's the reason why Jason Jordan struggled with stamina. Quite happy with that, it's a good win for him over a 40-year-old Dolph Ziggler. Next up, everybody's favourite tag team in the whole wide world, Mojo Bojo, of course, reunited again. Cut a promo highlighting this feud between them, Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. Of course, Bo Dallas is now your Mr. Money in the Bank. But he just said he needed to be refocused, and the fact that he needed a boost, his friend was struggling and needed a boost, it just made sense to bring back the goodness of Mojo Bojo. At this point it's a B minus 74, but it kind of gives you hindsight of where they are as individuals and how we need to develop them. So a B minus 74. Bo's not suited to his gimmick because now he's a face again, but the clean cut gimmick was below average. Disappointing, but Mojo Bojo is back and they have a big matchup next. That allows me to click next segment, which I did there. But before we do that, we just get the team of Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt coming down to Bray's entrance. So you get the fireflies, all the phones are out, you know, the crowd's going wild for that. So storyline continues, gain a bit of heat, and as a Bray Wyatt changes to a proud ethnic gimmick, basically just the Wyatt family type gimmick. You know, he is just this bizarre character, and that is a great rating. So back to that kind of gimmick, and him and Braun. Braun needs a big push as well. He's kind of struggled since his dominant years previously. So these all being together mean good things. Match of itself, good wrestling, a decent reaction from the crowd, and Mojo Bojo gets that victory over Bray and Braun in 17:59 when Mojo Rawley defeated Bray Wyatt. Mojo is a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else. B plus 83 is okay. You can see from the match ratings, the performers, Mojo well behind, but you know, that was the plan. Bo Dallas at the big push. Mojo was just going to do nothing. I'm going to try and give both of them basically a rocket to their push to get them as far up the card as we can and really get where people want Bo Dallas to be as world champion, as Mr. Money in the Bank. That's a good chance of happening. The big push is going to be with Mojo Rawley. So good push there. Storyline continues. I might have him a blow-off match at SummerSlam. Really unsure. We might pretend it's a stipulation match, and just because I know if I do a stipulation match in this, it's going to hamper the rating massively. So we'll pretend it's one. Overall, pleased with that. Mojo improves technical skills, and yeah, hopefully it can only get better for them. Next up, interesting stare down backstage. Charlotte alongside Shayna Baszler, or Shayna Baszler, however we're pronouncing it, have a backstage stare down. This was a C65. Shayna Baszler looked dreadful. Charlotte looked fantastic. Baszler debuts a MMA badass gimmick. So obviously Baszler's not going to be over enough to face Charlotte straight away, so I want to tease this one for a while. We'll build Shayna Baszler up like nothing else. Just decided there was a few wrestlers obviously that aren't in the database because of how old it is that I wanted to bring in. Shayna Baszler being one. James Ellsworth will be coming to the main roster eventually. If I can name others, Tanara Conte from NXT. There'll also be Mustafa Ali as well. If you guys can think of anyone who wasn't in Felicia's database, the first one in TEW 2016, so we are talking May 2016, so that would be WrestleMania 32 time, just before WrestleMania, roughly WrestleMania 32. It's maybe added to NXT recently. Let me know. I've downloaded his latest database and I'm importing people, so a few people will come in that, and we'll go to NXT or we'll come to the main roster that aren't there. So we are unfortunately going to see James Ellsworth in the future. So that's just teasing for the future. Next up, a hype video hyping up Marty Scurll and Kota Ibushi. This one is interesting. It's a B79. I've done a US title match on Raw with 5 people to get a good rating. Forgot Marty was champion. Gave Kota the win, so Kota became US champion. That kind of sums up Marty's reign. It was horrible. So Kota Ibushi's coming out of this as champion, and I really just need to try and find something for Marty Scurll. But it's either going to be a move to SmackDown or, heaven forbid, jobs out to the stars and then gets released. But it's just, if you've got any ideas of where I can go with the villain, let me know. Maybe even the US title, because it seems now the European Championship is more prestigious. Who'd have thought that? But match itself was fantastic. Also the Miz in it, because the Miz obviously has a lot of displeasure towards Kota Ibushi, I would say. He's jealous of him. He says anytime he gets an opportunity, Kota gets in the way. Miz is one of those guys, if it wasn't for the storyline and run, would probably be WWE or Universal Champion. But in a bout that had great wrestling and good heat, Ibushi defeats the Miz and Marty Scurll in 1957 when Kota Ibushi defeated Scurll with the sit-out powerbomb, making his first title defence. Marty was the weak link. A91 though, fantastic. Two great performances from Ibushi and the Miz. Marty not quite to that level, and with a gimmick that's getting stale. No skill improvements, few negatives there, but yeah, something to work on, but a good United States champion. Next up, Charlotte promotes her match against Asuka. It's going to be a triple threat match there, Asuka and Dana Brooke as well, just really give Dana another chance at the title. Asuka we're pushing, we're just trying to get as many people to Charlotte's level as we can. B+86, storyline advances. It's just really another promo for claiming how she's the queen of the WWE. Match-up itself, disappointing if I'm going to be honest. Very disappointing for how good we know these ladies can be. It was about the great wrestling and good heat. And it saw Charlotte defeat Dana and Asuka in 26-15 when Charlotte defeated Dana by pinfall, making her sixth defence of the Women's Championship. Asuka the weak link with 75. Imagine that, a match with Asuka and Dana Brooke, and Asuka's the weak link. Well, that's an old database, and if you properly develop them right in NXT, they can certainly come out to surprise you. So B80. Dana has sustained a spleen contusion, so we'll see how bad that is if it takes her out of action. We just need to get more female athletes to the level of Charlotte and Dana to get that A-star match down the line. But yeah, overall, I believe the negativity. Yeah, the storyline wasn't as hot as it could be, and that's probably penalised it from being as high as the 90. There was probably a good chance of that being there. But we'll go back to the drawing board. There'll probably be a new challenger for the Women's Championship at SummerSlam. It won't be Shayna Baszler, it won't be Asuka. More likely it will be Dana Brooke. It's up to me to find that person. Next up, Devitt cuts a promo. He just says it on Aleister Black, but he's really just saying, he's been the man that's really ran WWE for the first part of the year on the Raw brand, and he is going to stay Universal Champion and do what the hell he damn pleases. A-Star 100 looked good. Brodus helped him as well. Storyline advances, which is good to see. And Daniel Bryan, I must say, would have been in this match, but he's injured. Small injury that's going to take him out of action for another week. Then he'll be back. But drumroll, please. Perfect. Just what we were looking for. And about that had superb wrestling and great heat. Fergal Devitt defeats Aleister Black, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and Zack Sabre Jr. in 26:08 when Devitt defeats Zack Sabre Jr. by pinfall after using a foreign object. So we've managed to stall him out to Battleground as champion. He will continue on into SummerSlam. A-Star 98. Every win over 90 performance apart from Aleister Black, but we've got him to that level. So hopefully he can push on from here. Sabre Jr. is getting stale, so that's cool, we can work on that. A few skill improvements. Overall, a solid main event, which will see us gain up. How can we finish the show? Devitt celebrates. The champ is here. John Cena's back. He attacks Fergal Devitt, beating him down to the mat before getting dragged away by officials. So A93, Devitt came across well. Because I don't do any of the shows in between, I may as well just announce it now. Champion versus champion, winner takes all, Universal Champion, WWE Champion, SummerSlam, Fergal Devitt versus John Cena. The plans were put in place at WrestleMania to have this blockbuster champion v champion match at WrestleMania. Who says I don't have long-term planning? I do for my main eventers. But yeah, that was it. That's a good way to end the show. And we end the show with a fantastic A-Star 96, which increases our pop in 45 regions. I have to kind of hide a few of the titles there so you couldn't see the spoilers. But yeah, absolutely delighted with that. Main event knocked out of the park. The women are certainly getting to a good level. And yeah, the undercard is slowly but surely progressing. So another final ask, guys, is how you guys found the show. Any predictions for the SummerSlam card as well? And is there anybody you'd like to see get a push that's on the roster that you maybe didn't see today, or someone on the roster you felt like could have been in a better position than they are? Let me know. And I think we've got to give props to Fergal, Devitt, Zack Sabre Jr. Keep them happy. Randy Orton will just say, good example, guys. Well done. Point out is a good performance. All three will be pleased. Fantastic. Let's jump into the main screen. So I can't remember if I mentioned it last time. Jack Swagger's re-signed as Jake Hager. He's going to be an MMA badass. He's going to rip through the competition on SmackDown. This was more so the basis of him being... Well, he was with Dragon Gate in this, but we'll just say he went to Bellator and was amazing. So he's come back to dominate. But let's have a look here. Nothing here that overly affects us. NXT Women's still running. There's not a lot of people there. Dana Brooke hurt badly. It's not good, although it could actually help us if we can use her as a manager. So Nakamura's out on loan. If we get a chance to re-sign him, even though he's 40, I'll be all over that to bring Shinsuke back. Yeah, nothing major there apart from an absolute successful show. So, Hangman Adam Page is now a Japanese junior. Let's have a look at the injury. 6 days, that's fine. I was worried about that, but that's fine. That's our second injury. 6 days isn't too bad at all. Because we've done so many events now, this is an above average pay-per-view. 4.35 on pay-per-view. Wow. John Cena likes Mandy Rose, but Fergal Devitt doesn't like Shayna Baszler. If we got to the main screen, glad to confirm we now are 100 prestige, 92 momentum, international company. Still a lot of people that are unhappy, but to be honest, they're never really using Apollo Crews, Manny Andrade, Flamita. There's a lot of guys that just aren't getting used. We'll try and find something for them, but as I say, I'm slowly but surely trying to phase people out. We also have another signing coming in that will form part of a tag team in SmackDown, so we're strengthening the SmackDown side of things to add some depth there, but we will continue to release people. We're just in a good position where funds are good and we can just keep progressing from there. But I believe that's about it. If I got my medical thing, just another thing I want to confirm, Daniel Bryan back in 5 days' time. I kind of put Jack Gallagher to surgery and it kind of backfired, so we won't see the gentleman back until after SummerSlam 2021, so we might not see him again. Because who knows, the way I'm going with videos, it might be the new TEW, but then it's possible, it's unlikely. But yeah, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching, much appreciated. I hope you'll join me for the SmackDown card, which will be the Bash. It's looking like at the moment, but not confirmed, a main event of the WWE Champion, or World Heavyweight Champion, sorry, Dean Ambrose, defending against Seth Rollins, who won the #1 contender match at Money in the Bank, and his rival Neville, or King Neville, I should say. So cheers for watching, guys, much appreciated. Hopefully see you next week. I'm aiming to try and get it out before the Rumble, and maybe just after. I'll try my best. If I can get a bit of consistency, then we're all jamming. Apart from that, guys, thanks for watching. If it's after the Rumble, hope you enjoyed it. If not, enjoy. Anyway, catch you later. Bye-bye. Also, well done to Jack Swagger and Cody Rhodes, the Bleach Blonde Brawlers, winner of Wild Sparrows the League. Cheers, check Sparrows videos out. Bye bye.